If you've never played a murder mystery before, I'm here to explain to you exactly how it works. Okay, so most murder mysteries on our site or other places follow this general format. You come and you are given a character. To get into your character's zone, you have a bio card. So this is a card that explains like who you are, maybe some of your background story. Sometimes it can give you information about how you feel towards other characters, but usually it's just kind of like, here's your bio in a one paragraph format. So when you arrive to a murder mystery party, you're usually given an envelope and you will read your bio card and be told not to peek at anything else. Once you've read your bio card, typically this is when introductions are done. So this is when each person at the party will stand up and introduce themselves as their character. And this is really awesome because it's kind of like a built-in icebreaker. Usually you have some people who just stand up and read their introduction just like how they are as a normal person. But then you have the people who are already very into the mystery. So they will stand up and get into character, maybe use some accents, and that kind of like eases the tension for everyone else and starts to get people into the mode of the mystery. Once the introductions are done, you begin round one. So this is the round where you get to know each of the characters. Usually during the introductions, you are not going to remember like, oh, this person is Susie. Oh, and that's Derek. Instead, you use your tasks in round one to talk to individual people. So round one, you're given tasks. Usually it's 3 to 5 tasks of what you're supposed to do. So it might say like, go up and ask Susie how she happened to be in this Broadway musical. Or talk to Derek and see how he came up with the idea for his new piece. And so in doing that, you get to know the other characters. You can also start to see if there's a character that you have conflict with, or you might notice conflict between other characters. So round one is kind of the getting to know you round. At this point, in between round one and round two is usually when the murder happens. Now, not every murder mystery actually has a murder. Sometimes it could be a crime or something else. But typically in like very stereotypical murder mystery, the lights go out, the lights go back on, there's a body on the floor. It's just kind of like an Agatha Christie book. You're in the mansion having dinner, the lights go off. So when the lights come back on, you will find the dead body. Usually the host or the leader of the group brings the attention to the body. You say, oh no, what do we do? You remove the body, and that person typically comes back as a detective because it's sort of lame if you die and then you're just out for the rest of the night. So they will come back as the detective and say, our victim is dead, who did it? And round two is when you find out who did it. So in round two, you will pull out your round two card. You are usually given a piece of information about like what happened, like either you killed this person or you wanted to kill this person, but you didn't. Or you're freaked out because you look like you killed the person. And then again, you have some tasks here. Some murder mysteries don't tell you whether you were the murderer or not. In all of our mysteries, we tell you if you are the murderer, because a lot of times people are like, did I do it? So you will know if you killed someone in one of our mysteries. But you won't find out until round two. So round two, you go around, and this time your tasks, instead of helping you get to know other characters, it actually helps you try to figure out who did it. Now, one of the interesting pieces of round two is there's evidence. So different characters are asked to reveal certain pieces of evidence. That could be just like a verbal piece of evidence, like I saw them talking to them in the back alley and they looked angry. Or it could be a tangible piece of evidence, like a letter that you would pull out and reveal to the group. In our mysteries, we also have a deluxe version where we have physical pieces of evidence. So you're actually holding the blow dart and trying to accuse someone in the mystery. After round two is over, all the evidence has been revealed. Usually the detective is the one who steps up, presents the evidence again, and then gives the group an opportunity for final accusations and defenses. So The cool thing about this is murder mysteries, it's not always obvious who did it. Usually a good murder mystery makes it seem like everyone is the suspect. But you will have some people who are very convinced and adamant that someone did it, and you'll find out which of your friends are most persuasive during this end of round 2. When round 2 is over, it is now time for the reveal. Some mysteries allow you to cast votes. In ours, we have voting pages and a tally card so you can see like who received the most votes, who was the most suspicious, that sort of thing. But you will either cast votes or not, and then it's time for the big reveal. And this is where usually the detective, but sometimes the murderer will come out and say, I was the one who did it. And that is the grand finale and the end of your murder mystery. So now that you know how a murder mystery typically works, you will be ready to try your own.